And welcome to Cuesta TV's presentation of Cuesta Playoff Baseball. Today, first round action for the Cougars as they host the Chargers of Cypress College. Good afternoon, I'm Randy Scoville along with Anthony Kenninger. The first of potentially 3 games. Cougars coming in on the heels of an 11-game winning streak are the number 8 seed facing the number 9 seed Chargers, who they faced here in the opening round last year, taken by the Chargers. And Anthony coming in, Cougars obviously on a tremendous roll right now, did what they had to do to win the Western State Conference and host the playoffs.
Yes, we'll be discussing that more during the game, what the Cougars were able to do the first half of the season. Not too good, but the second half they became very hot and are driving towards the playoffs now.
And the Cougars really doing it, as we've talked about in the past, a very balanced team this year. Some good hitting, some timely fielding, and of course some great pitching. And today we're going to see a tremendous matchup by Andrew Nelson, who is the Western State Conference Pitcher of the Year, ace right-hander for the Cougars, going against Stephen Kane, pitching in the very strong Orange Empire Conference. He comes in with a record of 11-0. So really some good pitching on display today.
That's right. And our team is now beginning to hit. We're not making the mental mistakes we were making earlier. Fielding much better, and so everything's really coming together now as we move into May.
And again, the Cougars making their 19th straight playoff season appearance under Bob Miller, and of course this has been continuing for a long time now. We will be back with the start of today's game after this on Cuesta HD TV.
This program is produced by Cuesta Broadcasting. Start your radio, TV, and film career at Cuesta College.
Good afternoon and welcome to the 2013 Southern California Regional Baseball Playoffs. Here today, the number 9 seed, the Orange Empire Conference, the Cypress Chargers with a record of 23-13, and their host, number 8 seed in the Cuesta Cougars, Western State Conference champions, with a record of 21-15. Lineups for today and roster, beginning with the Cypress Chargers. Leading off and at third base will be number 8, Robert Tavares. Batting second at second base, number 7, Parker Starr. Batting third in center field, number 20, Jonathan Torres. The clear spot for the Chargers will be the designated hitter, number 3, Blake Davey. Batting fifth in left field, number 16, Jacob McWilliams. Batting seventh at shortstop, number 22, Dylan Moore. First base, number 44, Sam Tollison. Batting eighth, the catcher, number 5, Tyler Schultz. And the ninth spot, the right fielder, number 18, Brandon Moronis. Pitching today for the Chargers, number 27, Stephen Kane. Starting lineup here at Cuesta College Cougars. Leading off and at second base, number 6, Marco Murillo. Batting second at third base, number 8, Andrew Montanari. Batting third, the shortstop, number 4, Zach Dominguez. And a cleanup spot for your Cougars will be the catcher, number 21, Parker Hindle. Batting fifth in right field, number 9, Max Stewart. Batting sixth in left field, number 19, Spencer Ruggles.
Need help in broadcast today?
Batting seventh, the first baseman, number 10, Scott Shields. Batting eighth, your designated hitter, number 2, Matt Bailey.
He's the gun. He's the gunner.
And the ninth spot, the center fielder, number 17, Nicholas Rosso.
All right. Trying to shut that.
Ladies and gentlemen, for today's game, singing the national anthem, Cuesta's own Amanda Fridley. Yeah, so you please rise to the playing of the Star Spangled Banner.
And welcome to Cuesta Field on a lovely, warm and breezy afternoon. It is playoff baseball as the Cougars in the playoffs again, and just like last year, hosting the Chargers of Cypress. As we're getting ready to go, the coaches meeting at home plate right now. Bob Miller, once again, Western State Conference Coach of the Year for the fourth time, and Scott Pickler in his 29th year, head coach of the Chargers. Randy Scoville here with Anthony Kenninger, and it's going to be, I think, a very exciting game. Again, really good pitching, and the Cougars right now are red hot.
They are red hot, Randy, and it'd be wonderful to see that if we could go deeper in the playoffs than we did last year. We were done after 2 games in the first round of the playoffs, so it'd be great to see us advance to the Super Regionals. It's a very warm day, as you mentioned, 95 degrees in downtown San Luis Obispo, unseasonably hot. So hopefully the Cougars can stay red hot too with the weather.
For the Cougars, it will be the All-Western State Conference pitcher, in fact, All-State and Conference Pitcher of the Year, Andrew Nelson, the sophomore right-hander, 10-4 record, 3.10 ERA, making his 14th appearance of the year. And it's going to be Stephen Kane, the freshman right-hander for Cypress. Again, they come out of the Orange Empire Conference, 11-10. They were 4th in the league. However, the first 3 teams in that league, Fullerton, Riverside, and Saddleback, are the number 1, 2, and 3 seeds in Southern California. Against that competition, Kane so far 11-0 this year with 2.03 ERA, making his 12th start of the year. Dimensions here at Cuesta Field, 335 down the lines, 370 to the alleys, and 395 to straightaway center. Cougars coming in with an 11-game win streak, currently 21-15, 15-5, and won the Western State Conference North, going away, obviously a well-timed streak where, again, really even a question, where the Cougars have just been that perennial playoff team, whether they can make it or not, and then just everything falling into place, and they're on a tear.
Well, this season reminds me of Charles Dickens, not the tale of 2 cities, but the tale of 2 teams. One team was the Cuesta Cougars in February and March, when the Cougars went 10-15, 4-5 in conference, and that first team never really was able to put all the pieces together. The pitching was inconsistent, fielding and base running was very sloppy with a lot of untimely hitting. Then in April, the Cougars got red hot. Everything came together, and they amassed an immaculate 11-0 record en route to winning the WSC North, as you say, and making to the CCAA baseball playoffs for the 18th consecutive year. So it's really a tale of 2 teams.
An interesting bit of research unearthed by Pete Schuler, Sports Information Director here, that the Cougars have played more postseason games against this Cypress team than any other. This is the 12th time that they have played. Cypress has won 8 of those. Again, Cypress winning 2 games here in the playoffs last year. There was one matchup, I know you were here for that, on March the 26th, where Cypress able to come up with a win 9-4. And they are a very solid team, as based on the level of competition that they're playing, and the fact that they are, like the Cougars, somebody we see in the postseason on a regular basis.
Well, that Orange Empire is stacked with power teams. But you throw all that history out, although I love history, as you know, throw all that history out, it means nothing. What really matters now is what we can do today and tomorrow.
Outstanding. So the Cougars taking the field, and we see Andrew Nelson in a second taking the mound. Let's set the Cougars forward defensively. Spencer Ruggles in the left, and over in center field for the Cougars will be Nicholas Russo, and in right field, Max Stewart. Andrew Montanari is over at third base, Zach Dominguez at short, Marco Murillo over at second. Playing first base today, Scott Shields. Behind the plate is Parker Hindle, and on the mound, as we mentioned, is Andrew Nelson. Here's what the lineup looks like for the Chargers today, coming in with a record of 23-13, 11-10 in the OEC, but just 4-7 on the road this year. Robert Chavarria, the third baseman, will lead off, followed by second baseman Parker Starr. Then the center fielder, Jonathan Torres, DH Blake Davey, Jacob McWilliam is the left fielder in the 5 spot. Hitting in the 6 hole will be shortstop Dylan Moore. Sam Tollison, the first baseman, hitting 7th. Tyler Schultz behind the plate hits 8th. And Brandon Moronis, the right fielder, in the number 9 position. Andrew Nelson this year, absolutely solid, going in great as far as with strikeouts. We saw him pitch not long ago against Pearson, another broadcast we did, really showing excellent control. And with him, and also of course, when you take a look at Lucas Martin, the 2 of those together have really given the Cougars that pitching core that they needed in league play.
Right, and they'll need both those gentlemen to step it up now.
So Robert Chavarria to start things off. Right-handed hitter to face Nelson. Glad you could join us here on Cuesta HD TV. Again, a broadcast done by Cuesta Broadcasting students and done with the sponsorship of the Cougar Foundation and many, many others. As the first pitch is going to be a little wide for ball one. Chavaria hitting .333, has played in every game this year, also the team leader in doubles with 13.
Andrew with 4 complete games of 13 games started for the Cougars this year.
Going the breaking pitch a little bit off, 2-0.
10-4 record. Very good 3.10 earned run average.
Coming with the 2-0 pitch, bunt shown for a moment, got the corner for his first strike, 2-1.
The only real weakness in Andrew's game is he has a tendency to hit some batters, put runners on base. But with a strong defense behind him, that won't really matter much.
2-1 coming way inside. Good velocity, but a little off the mark to start things off. 3-1 and in danger of walking the leadoff man, Chavaria.
87 strikeouts to just 32 walks. A real good whip at 1.16.
And 3-1 coming in high, a 5-pitch walk, and Chavaria is aboard to start things off for the Cypress Chargers. Parker Starr next up, second baseman who leads the team in at-bats, and one of the 3 co-leaders. Chavaria is one of those in RBI with 24. So a man on, nobody out. We're just underway here in the top of the first on Cuesta HD TV.
Still in the 90s, and the wind, Randy, is really picking up now. As we always look at the flag there to see what's going on there.
Off-speed pitch is swung on a miss for strike 1. Reminder, if you'd like to see today's broadcast in high definition, some people are listening on a live audio feed and others watching on a delayed basis on Charter Cable on the Sloco channel. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. As Nelson goes over to first, and there you can see Cuesta softball, water polo, volleyball, and basketball. We've had a very busy year in high definition. Just log on to YouTube and search for Cuesta HD TV. Nelson looking in the Hindle. Chavaria moving off of first. 0-1 pitch from the stretch is fired in low. Hindle will block it.
Nice block there. It'd be wonderful to see the Cougars win a state title in our 50th anniversary year. All the great celebrations are going on at this great campus. What a wonderful school this is.
Chavaria moves back, out, off the base. Taking his time, and he will send another one over. Just trying to keep him as close as possible.
Really
Chavaria is swipe 9 this year. Go ahead.
Sorry, Randy. It doesn't really have a great lead. Kind of conservative. And Andrew wants to take away a step or two. Might mean the difference between a runner on second or third if there's a base hit.
Lead up man aboard on a walk. Runner goes, and it's a hit and run. It's going to be hit on over to second. Murillo. His only play is going to be over to first. Runner advanced over. Chavaria in scoring position with 1 away, bringing up the center fielder, Jonathan Torres.
Center fielder, number 20, Jonathan Torres.
So the hit and run executed for the Chargers. And Torres stepping in, the center fielder. Torres, best average on the team right now, .352. Left-handed swinger up with the man at second and 1 down, top of the first in the opening game. Again, they play till somebody wins 2. Game 2 will be tomorrow here at 11 o'clock. And if needed, another game to follow immediately thereafter.
And you don't really lose anything in your number 2 starter, Randy, because Lucas Martin is 7-4 with a 3.03 ERA. And he'll pitch tomorrow in game 2. So 2 quality starters.
Off speed for a strike. To Torres. Out of Edison High School, sophomore. Looks. And Nelson got it. Pause and bring it up strike 2. And again, really, first at bat, we've seen him really take the initiative, which I've seen him do so many times.
Nice pitch.
Chavaria off second, 0-2 count with 1 out, top of the first. Scoreless at the moment. Nelson, good velocity, just a little wide 1 and 2 again.
Just missed.
Yeah, again, our audio feed. And again, for selected indoor events, we also have video feeds. We don't out here for baseball at network, the #1sports.com. You can go either /Cuesta or Cuesta TV to get the feed. And of course, on Channel 19 actively, and again, as we mentioned, on YouTube, under Cuesta HD TV.
Great technology, Randy.
It's marvelous. I'm all over it. 1-2 is blocked in the dirt by Hindle, and 2-2. Hey, it's
and you understand it better than I do.
Well, yeah, I dabbled. Like I said, I was a history minor, but computer science, broadcasting, just try and run the gamut. Just especially that convergence of technology and broadcasting. I'm all over that.
Well, I'll admit that we need more computer scientists than historians.
There is an acute shortage. 2-2. Chopped on over. Murillo's going to have it. Runner's going to advance again. Another put out 4-3 for the Cougars. Chavaria has been moved around to third, but now there's 2 down.
Nelson gets a lot of ground balls, Randy, as you'll see today. And if the defense is strong, as it has been, as we said, in the month of April, then he's going to get a lot of outs. But it's just amazing, Randy, to see the difference between that first half and the second half. It's completely different.
Blake Davey, DH today, also is a catcher and an infielder, sophomore out of Newport Harbor. And with Chavaria over at third, 2 down, top of the first. Nothing across yet, and the off-speed Nelson, after walking Chavaria to start things, is now really settling in well at this point, 0-1.
Just focused right on the batter, not really looking at the base runner.
0-1. Got that breaking ball to the outside corner for strike 2, so really taking the initiative, going to 0-2 and trying to close this out with a runner at third, 2 down. Again, breeze blowing strongly over to right, like Anthony said earlier. Again, very blustery day, but very welcome on a day this warm.
And the weather could change so quickly, as you know, Randy, out here.
0-2 pitch. And it was working away. It was going for that corner and was not off by much. 1-2.
It could be really warm the start of the game, and then by the 5th and 6th inning, it gets freezing out here.
It's really warm all over the Central Coast, and another reason why, again, we all love to live here.
Right. We've had some unseasonably hot weather the last three days.
1-2 pitch right down the middle and rip foul by Davey on the right side. Count stays 1-2.
Andrew has almost 8 strikeouts per 9 innings pitched, which is pretty remarkable at this level. He had, what, 2 or 3 games this year, Randy, where he had in excess of 10 strikeouts.
Nelson taking his time, gets the sign from Hindle, checks third, comes with the 1-2, and got it called strike 3 after the leadoff walk. Andrew Nelson coming back and getting the next 3 and sends the Chargers back to the dugout scoreless after a half inning of play. It's Cypress nothing, and the Cougars will be coming to bat. We'll be right back with more Cuesta baseball action after this commercial break.
This program is produced by Cuesta Broadcasting. Start your radio, TV, and film career at Cuesta College.
Bottom of the first inning, Cougars coming up for the first time to face Stephen Kane of the Cypress Chargers. Andrew Nelson, after a leadoff walk, put down the next 3. And we are scoreless with Marco Murillo, the second baseman, to start things off. Hitting from the left side for the Cougars against Kane. Shows bunt as the pitch on the outside corner and a strike for Kane. Kane, a freshman, hails from Surprise Mountain, Arizona. Murillo out of Ojai and St. Louis High School, big cut on a pitch outside and quickly down 0-2.
His brother, his older brother David, pitched for us for 2 years, and now is at Lewis and Clark College. Marco is leading the team in runs with 42, hits with 43, average 347. So a solid player.
Pitch on the outside, 1-2. I believe Lewiston is where Lewis and Clark is. They've been in NAIA power for many years.
Yes, they have.
1-2 pitch. Kane still working him away, but missing on the last two. So hopefully we just kind of get him on a call 3. Hasn't so far. It's 2-2.
Marco pitched a little bit this year, but was really important, instrumental in the infield at second and short.
2-2. High hop, fielded over at second base and over to first. So that goes Star to Tolleson for a 4-3 first out. Defensively for the Chargers, McWilliam, Torres, and Moronis across the outfield. Chavarria over at third, Moore short, Start second. Tollison at first, and Schultz behind the plate. We mentioned Stephen Kane on the mound. Next up for the Cougars, hitting .316, it's the third baseman Andrew Montanari, who has knocked in 13 this year and just been a solid contributor for the Cougars as part of that 11-game win streak. As he looks on a pitch on the outside and taken for a strike. Also, many Cougars, not just Coach Miller, deservedly getting some postseason honors, and Montanari was one of those, named first team All-Western State Conference, along with Andrew Nelson, who's pitcher of the year, Lucas Martin, Parker Hindle, Zach Dominguez, and Spencer Ruggles, all first teamers. Marco Murillo and Scott Shields, second team, and Nicholas Rosso was named an honorable mention performer. As the count 1-2 now on Montanari.
Montanari with 37 hits, 117 at-bats for a .316 batting average. Very good.
Looking at a 1-2. Kane either ahead or even in the count all the way so far. Again, working away against the second left-handed hitter he's faced, getting it to 2-2. Again, still early, bottom of the first, no score as of yet. 2-2, and this is a slow roller, and it's going to be fouled off at the plate as it rolls up the first baseline. And Montanari just trying to kind of walk that one off for a second. Count stays at 2-2 with one down. On deck for the Cougars, Zach Dominguez hitting 3 and Parker Hindle to follow. When the opportunity presents itself.
Our first and second batters, Randy, not only have very good batting averages, but they also lead the team in stolen bases. Marco with 9 and Andrew with 8. So when they get on, they swipe some bases too.
We'll be very aggressive. We get that speed at the top of the order. 2-2. First one that really Kane's missed by a bunch with. That was well outside full count.
I wouldn't be surprised if he does get on base if he tries to steal second too.
Full count. He's going to pop this one high over on the left side, and it looks like that one's going to be played by McWilliam coming in from left field, as that one had plenty of hang time and falls for the second out. 2 downs, the shortstop Zach Dominguez.
Shortstop, number 4, Zach Dominguez.
And Zach Dominguez,
Randy, if you notice,
hitting this year, and also more importantly walking quite a bit this year.
You'll see he's wearing a cage on his batting helmet because he was plunked in the face the second before last game of the year, right in the mouth.
Yeah. Anyway, as we were saying, 43 walks this year and a .315 average. Again, the cage that Anthony mentioned there for protection as breaking pitch dropping in for strike 1.
Tough kid, though, huh?
Absolutely. He has been able to get in there and really challenge hitters, considering that incredible walk total he's got.
49. New team record.
Rips this one foul out of play and over the dugout over on the third base side where his team's at. It's 0-2 with 2 down. Bases clear, bottom of the first, no score.
He's also going to be the subject of a great ceremony on Monday, attended by the president of the college, vice presidents and deans. He won the History Student of the Year award, which comes with a nice $250 check and a lot of accolades.
0-2 pitch is wide, 1-2.
So not only does he have a .315 batting average, Randy, but a 4.0 grade point average, just as important.
Getting it done in all fields of endeavor. Looking for the 1-2. It's going to be low in the dirt. So, again, as we've seen before, Kane getting out to 0-2 and then just being a little more cautious after that with the count on his side, and it's back to 2-2. Kane's 2-2. Getting low, good velocity, but not quite there. And he's not usually not far off by much, but good eye from Dominguez to get to a full count.
I got a text from Coach Miller a couple days ago saying that Zach is a tough son of a gun, and he sure is. Just took that one day off and then comes right back and plays.
Full count, takes a low, and not surprisingly, it's a walk, and that is number 50 on the year. So Dominguez is the first Cougar base runner as he's aboard with 2 down. In the bottom of the first, that'll bring up the catcher,
Number 21,
Parker Hindle on the year, hitting one of a bunch of Cougars who are over the 300 mark at 304 and leads the team in at-bats, doubles, and runs knocked in. So just the guy you want in the 4 spot. And we'll see what happens with Dominguez over here at first. 2 down, scoreless first inning.
Sure does have a ton of doubles, Randy. And in some critical situations too this year. Runners on second and third, and he doubles and gets him in.
And again, we don't see a lot go over the fence here, but Cougars among the leaders in the state, not only in doubles but in triples, as it's a park, especially if you got some speed that you can really take advantage of the dimensions.
Yeah, just 4 home runs this year.
And for the Chargers, they have just 3.
Right.
1-0 showing bunt, and Hindle's going to pop this in the air. It's going to drop foul, though, for the first strike.
You know, if you can manufacture runs and play small ball, you'll win a lot of games, and that's what the Cougars have been able to do in April.
In fact, we talk about doubles and walks. Cougars are the leaders in the state in walks. Of course, Dominguez's contribution, not a small part of that, and also actually 10th in the entire state when it comes to 2-baggers.
You are a wealth of knowledge, Randy.
I do what I can. I use my friend the internet, and numbers are cool, especially in baseball.
Baseball is an island in a sea of statistics.
You know, preparation and research, things you're very familiar with in history, and we know about this in the computer field as well.
Yes. And you are well prepared, Randy.
Gotta be. Enjoying some playoff baseball here with 2 down in the bottom of the first. 1-1 count, and Kane will fire one over again, and that one was pretty close. Well located throw down right by the bag.
You know, Randy, remember that broadcast we did last year at this time, that elimination game? The Cougars were so flat. There was just no life in the dugout or in the field, and this team is completely different.
What you said, a tale of 2 teams coming in. 1-1 pitch is hit high, but not playable on the right side. Hindle in there 1-2, looks over to Bob Miller, who signs at the third base coach's box. Back over at first base, Zach Dominguez. First Cougar base runner, 1-2 count, 2 down. First of what could be 2 or 3 games as far as this week is concerned in the playoff series, as we're in the start of the regionals now.
Now, Randy, you say that 4 teams from the Orange Empire made it in the playoffs this year?
That's correct.
2 from the Western State Conference did. Cuesta, of course, and Santa Barbara.
And they played on Tuesday.
And they got eliminated by East LA, in East LA.
Breaking ball high and a turn and a look on that one. And as it turns out, it's a little bit outside, so it's a 2-2 count. So Dominguez will move off of first.
I should have said El Camino College Compton Center.
That's right. I think there's a hyphen in there somewhere, too.
Somewhere.
Because the name isn't long enough already. Swing and a miss. And that is a strikeout for Kane. That's his first, and the Cougars, like the Chargers, scoreless in the first inning. And again, remember, this student-produced program is made possible from generous grants from the Cuesta College Foundation, who have been supporting student success at Cuesta College for 40 years. 1 inning in the books here in playoff action at Cuesta Field. It's Cougars nothing, Chargers nothing, and we'll be back with the second right after this on Cuesta HDTV.